Hi, my name is Natalia Perez Cruz, and this is Homework 7, Youth Culture, Responsibility, and Mexico. To answer the following questions, it was necessary to watch two documentaries. One about the story of the band Molotov that is related with the social situation of the country when the band appeared, and other about important event in Tlatelolco when many students was murdered. The first question is, how do you feel after watching the material being a young person? Well, um, at least for me, the experience to know this material was painful because in general, this type of events show us how wrong is the situation of our country respect to the society with the rights, because in general it's sad to note that we don't have freedom of expression, that in general of the people that was involved in these events only want to say what they think. They don't want to do something wrong or hurt anyone. They was only young people that want to express their ideas, to be free to take or their decisions about their body, their society, their government, and they had these rights. So for me, it's painful to know that we don't have this right to express what we feel. And in general, it's sad to see that, like society, we don't do anything to give support to these people. What is the main threat in the documentary? Why? Well, for me, I can see that two of the groups was the responsible. Um, First of all, I can see the responsibility of the government on all this success, because in general the government in bad years only wants to continue with the power, and the way to continue with the power is to give um, to give afraid to the society. This is so wrong, because in general the government create a society with afraid of or of their own government. In general, we all always believe that the government, the institutions have the responsibility to care about us. But when this doesn't happen, we are really alone. We don't have something that can give us support to be fine in a country, in a city. In general, I can see the responsibility of the government, but also I can see the responsibility of the society, because if us, like society, don't do anything about the the government or about the violence of our country, we can wait for a change, because in reality, the things need to be different. We need to have the power, the opportunity to do something about it when we know that things are not well. What do you learn that you didn't know? In general, I heard something about the events of Tlatelolco in many times in history classes, but I believe that I never heard the real story from the people that was here that day. It was very painful in reality, because you can see the the heart of the people when talk about this topic, because in general we are not talk about criminals, we are talk about young people that only want to talk about their rights, to want to do a change on the society, but the society doesn't do anything for them. And for me, this is so painful. Give me the opportunity to recognize what are the problems of their country, because in general, how the next question say, how can your current cultural context be similar to you watch it? Why? In general, we continue to be a violence country, because if we remember the event in Querétaro a month ago, we clearly see that we continue in the same situation that always. In a country where we have no justice, we don't have the right to go to a place to enjoy something, because the violence is always a present point, and this is bad. In general, like society, I believe that we don't live with sorry with afraid. The citizens don't feel free to tell about their ideas. Our government don't support our security. So for me, in general, our situation doesn't change. It's continued to be the same situation, when the really important things that happen every day, we really don't know everything about it. But I believe that this responsibility is in our hands, like citizens, to change this type of story that we have. So in general, I feel so bad and so responsible of my society when I was watching the documentaries. But in general, also give me the opportunity to know that, well, we have this story like country, and we have the opportunity to doing something different for us and for our country.